Welcome to the Actery Magic Channel. I'm Steve, the Actery. Anyway, today we have Krenko, my boss, best cards video. Anyway, so Krenko's super freaking cool if you're not familiar. But please, I want to let you know that we have a 30-day, 30 video challenge going on right now. We're doing the top 30 commanders of the last 2 years. Please stick around tomorrow. We'll have another video. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. Dolls. Go. He's so cool. He's so ugly. I mean, I guess he's pretty by his mom's standards. I don't know. Anyway, so Krenko Mob Boss is a 4-drop 3/3 legendary Goblin warrior. He says tap, create X 1/1 red goblin creature tokens, where X is the number of goblins you control. Tap, double the number of goblins you control. It's freaking awesome. Anyway, so Krenko is super cool. He's a tried and true. He hurts people's souls. So let's talk about him. Goblin War Strike is a 1-drop sorcery. It says Goblin War Strike deals damage equal to the number of goblins you control the target player. Boom! Right in the face. Battle him. It's a red and a blue, generic. Add a red mana to your mana pool for each creature you control. Brightstone Ritual, 1 red. Add 1 red mana to your mana pool for each goblin in play. Not just your own, everyone else's too. Whoa. Number 5 on our list, Impact Tremors. Oh my goodness. If you've not played with Krenko and Impact Tremors or against it, it's disgusting. So 1 red, 1 generic enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. You're all going to die now. Purpose, God of the Forge is a 4-drop, 1 red, 3 generic, 6/5 legendary enchantment god creature thing. It says as long as your devotion is to red is less than 5. Purpose isn't a creature. By the way, devotion is 5 of the red little pit things on there if you're not familiar. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Purpose deals 2 damage to each opponent. A red and 2 generic creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn, which is useful if you need to go swinging. So, number 4 on our list. Ooh, let's go searching for goblins. Goblin Ringling is a 4-drop, 2/2 goblin haste. It says whenever it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all goblin cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest on your bottom of your library in any order. Cool, but it only looks at the top 4 cards of your library. Goblin Recruiter is a 2-drop. It's 1 red, 1 generic, 1/1. It says search your library for a goblin card or any number of goblin cards. Whoa, wow. Reveal those cards. It's almost like I didn't read this slide, that card before. Anyway, Goblin Recruiter is a 2-drop, 1 red, 1 generic. Whenever he enters the when it comes into play, enters the battlefield, search your library for any number of goblin cards you choose. Reveal those cards to the shelf of your library and put them on top of it in any order. Wow. That thing's disgusting. But it doesn't put it in your hands, so you have to wait a turn or you have to sack it somehow. Whatever. Goblin Matron is a 3-drop, 1/1 goblin. It says when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a goblin card, reveal that card, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. So unbelievably good. All of these are just absolute auto includes in any goblin build. They're just great. Number 3 on our list is Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. Talk about doing disgusting things. This dude goes infinite whenever you sneeze improperly. Anyway, so he's triple red, 2 generic, Goblin Goblin 2/2 haste. Tap, create a token that's a copy of target non-legendary creature you control. That token has haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Not talked about in this video, but Zealous Conscripts and him go infinite. Zealous Conscripts. Go look it up. I don't feel like I'm giving out homework. Number 2 on our list. Okay, these are all kind of similar, but they'll do slightly different things. All right, Herald's Horn is a 3-drop. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, goblins. Creature spells that you cast the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. Cool. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, you may reveal it and put it in your hand. Heck yeah, thank you. Vanquisher's Banner is a 5-drop. When it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a creature of the chosen type, draw a card. So it's strictly better than Herald's Horn, but it costs 2 more. Still good though. Door of Destinies is a 4-drop. Choose a creature type when it enters the battlefield. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, put a charge counter of Door of Destinies. Creatures you control the chosen type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on Door of Destinies. Your creatures get really big. If you have any proliferate in the deck, that also adds the counters. It gets out of hand. Anyway. But numero uno on our list, drum roll please, it's an uncommon. Holy crap, it's a 2-drop Thornbite Staff. All right, so this tribal artifact shaman equipment equips for 4, so it's not cheap. But it says equipped creature has 2 mana, 2 generic, tap. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature or player. And whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, untap this creature. Whenever a shaman creature comes into play, you may attach Thornbite Staff to it. So I don't really care about that part. But this guy is like the best because it almost goes infinite on its own with Krenko. I mean, it does still do quite a bit. But let's talk about it. So, looking at Krenko, all right, if you play Krenko and it taps for, I don't know, 3 goblins, puts 3 goblins into play, what it'll do then is you can now, if you can untap Krenko Mob Boss by sacrificing a goblin somehow, like Goblin Bombardment or something like that, or Phyrexian Arena or something like that, then Thornbite Staff is going to untap Krenko Mob Boss. You're going to get a chance to tap Krenko Mob Boss again and repeat the cycle as many times as you want. However, the best one, in my opinion, because you can search for it with all those earlier cards we talked about, is Skirk Prospector. So Skirk Prospector is going to sack one of those goblins we got, untapping Krenko Mob Boss, and add a red mana to our mana pool. Well, we didn't just put 1 goblin into play with Krenko Mob Boss. We probably put 3 or 4. So if we're putting, like, say, 4 goblins into play, we can sack all 4 of them to get 4 mana. But each one of those sacks is basically an activation of Krenko Mob Boss himself. So you're tapping Krenko Mob Boss, sacking 1 for red mana, untap Krenko Mob Boss, tapping, adding X number more, which is going to get exponentially bigger, and then sacking another goblin, getting another red mana. So what you end up with, because you can add all of this infinite mana to your mana pool, you're sacrificing goblins to make it mana, right? But you can also use that with Thornbite Staff to pay 2 and tap this creature, deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Well, you've still got goblins to sack. You've got a bunch of mana in your mana pool. You pay 2 mana, tap Krenko Mob Boss, deal 1 point of damage. There's not a limit to how many goblins you can make. So you just make infinite goblins. Then you can sack them infinitely to make infinite mana. And then every time you sack one, you're going to be able to deal 1 point of damage to something. So you're going to end up with infinite mana, infinite damage, and infinite 1/1s. This is such a stupid combo. Anyway, thank you so much for coming out. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow whenever we put out a new video on our 30-day challenge. Oh, 30 days, who does that? Love you guys. Bye. There's a button.